Are we working? Are we working? No, you know what it is? Fucking sharing a computer with Dayton. He unplugs everything, and then I got to figure out which cords he unplugged, and then I got to plug it back in. Thank God he's getting a graphics card tomorrow, so I don't have to deal with this anymore. What a pain in the ass. I was like, Dayton, he can't even hear me. So yeah, but I was connecting the wrong cord, I guess, but I found it. So how you guys doing tonight? Sorry about that. What's up, Joseph, Bonnie, True Crime, Jeanette, Deb, Kimberly, Amber, Morgs, Kendra, Teresa, Bridget, Lily, Flip Flop, Jason, Deb, Crystal, Jiggy. Yeah, see, I don't know who that is, Iggy, but I saw Chasing Truth's post. I was like, holy shit. This needs to be shown. Amber, Lily, Cindy in the house. Joseph, are you Joseph? Did you like change your thing? Because I still have you as a mod on one of my channels. What's up, Bridget? Hey, Squirrel. Hey, Tori. I know. I saw someone sent it to me, Tori. I think I got everyone, right? Did I miss anyone? Hey, Deb. Hey, Coffee. What's in it for me if I pay a $99 membership? I can be on top level. I made myself a moderator on another channel ready to work online. Well, there you go. Hey, Joy. You don't get the shock of the Carl stuff? Okay. Maybe, just maybe. Oh, what's up, Gigi? Maybe because I don't follow it, Crystal, that I was a bit shocked and a bit disgusted and a bit like, whoa, but I don't follow him. So maybe that's why. So first, let me tell you guys what I did today. I stabbed my hand at full force with an old rusty knife, put a fucking knife right through my hand. I have 3 stitches, a couple of hours in the hospital, and a hell of a lot of pain. So yeah, don't play with knives. Don't stab anything. All I was trying to do, I was trying to open the top of I couldn't get the resin bottle open. And I tried and tried. So I don't know. So I found like an old knife in a drawer. It's like an old flip knife that I've had since I was a teenager. And I didn't think it was sharp. And to be honest with you, thank God it wasn't sharp. Like literally, thank God it was not sharp. But I was stabbing the top of the resin jar. It was a gallon of resin. I was stabbing the top of it. The strangest thing for those of you that are supernatural people, I don't know what happened. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It never happened to me before. But I saw this happen like 2 minutes before it happened. I swear on my kids. And I don't remember exactly the thought, but I had a thought that I just stabbed my hand. And literally 2 minutes later, I stabbed my fucking hand. I still can't get over it. But I don't even know how I missed the top of the jar and put it through my hand. But when I tell you, I saw fucking stars. Stars. I was like, oh my God. Because, I just started bleeding everywhere. There's a trail of blood from the garage into the house to the sink. And it just wouldn't stop bleeding. Now, mind you, I have resin all over me. I have paint all over me. I was in no place to go to a hospital. So I'm running it under cold water. I'm like, okay, I can stop the bleeding. It'll give me enough time to take a shower. I go to change. I went through like 3 paper towels. I go through and I'm like shaking. I'm like, oh my God, this hurts. But I go to put another paper towel on and I notice that my entire finger is swollen and it's numb. Like I can't move it and it hurt. My right hand. Like I can't move it and it hurts and it's numb. And I'm like, I don't have time to take a shower. This is a rusty knife. I haven't had a tetanus shot in probably 15 years. I need to get to a hospital. I have resin on my hands. I have glitter on my hands. I just grabbed a t-shirt and changed my shirt because I had paint and shit all over my shirt. Changed my shirt. I said, Dane, I'm going to the hospital. I said, I'll be back. Resin all over me, paint all over me, glitter all over me. I was a mess. I had enough time to like throw my hair up, go to the emergency room. They take me right in, the girl says, the triage nurse says, "This is impressively swollen." Okay, never heard that one before. They thought I hit a bone and I like chipped a bone. In the end, my hand is fine. I just needed a couple stitches. There's no breaks, there's no bone. It's swollen. When they cleaned it out, I was cringing because it hurt so bad. Got a tetanus shot. And she said it's going to be numb and in pain for a couple of days. Stitches come out in 2 weeks. It was bleeding after they did the stitches. She said it's very deep, but I did a straight cut. So I didn't hit anything. She said I probably hit a couple of nerves, but my tendons are fine. She said I got extremely lucky. So I said, that's what happens when you use a dull knife. So I guess it wasn't so dull, but yeah, pretty bad. Impressively swollen. Yeah. I never heard that term before. I had to go. I mean, it's bad. But I mean, I'd stopped the bleeding, so I thought, it was all right, but it scared me because it was so numb. But they were looking at me like I was doing a table and this is what happened. But it hurts. I mean, like I didn't think it was gonna hurt. It hurts. So yeah, no knives for me. But when I tell you, like, I was jabbing this thing and I just went full force right into my hand. Like boom. I don't ask me. Like I said, thank God the knife was like 20 years old and dull as fuck. But I still put it right through my hand. Oh. But to know that I saw it happen just prior to it happening, it was weird. Very, very fucking weird. So I thank you, Amber. That's what the doc said. Doc said it will hurt worse tomorrow. Absolutely. I'm sure it will. It hurts a lot more now that the lidocaine and stuff is done. But what can you do? Yeah, she said she's really impressed with how deep it is that I didn't hit anything other than some nerves. But if that was a real knife, I mean, if that was like a sharp knife, I literally probably could have took off half my fucking hand. Like I could have cut my hand straight through. I mean, I literally full force, bam, right through my hand. Oh, but she said all the swelling is blood. So it'll be all right. I'll live. We're good. Yeah, this is a big ass knife though. But I'm telling I can't get past that I saw it happen just a couple of days a couple of minutes before it actually happened. So fucking strange. And I told my daughter, I can't get past this. Like I I remember thinking, why am I thinking I stabbed my hand? And I don't know. It's super, super that's never happened to me before, like ever. Elbow, don't be miserable. But yeah, I don't know. So I got an ouchie. No shower for 24 hours. Yeah, but it wasn't even like an internal voice, Amber. I saw it happen. I even thought to myself, I didn't just stab my hand. I'm telling you, it's that creepy fucking thing that I hang outside. She's haunted and she's trying to kill me. I'm gonna throw her in the garbage because I really think she's haunted. And I think she did it. So, doctor, and I told the doctor, I said, yeah, they x-rayed it. I said, I have to finish this table. I can't not finish it. She said, do not get resin on your stitches. Wear 3 gloves and a bag and only use one hand. I said, fair enough. She goes, don't do anything for 24 hours. I said, all right. I don't know if it was a premonition. Sage says that maybe I wished it to happen. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't hit any tendons. I didn't hit, she said I probably hit some nerves, but I got super lucky, like really super lucky that the knife was as dull as it was. But when you hit it full force right through your hand, it hurts like a motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah, they thought because of the swelling, it was either maybe I chipped a bone or something, but no, it was all right. Just a couple of stitches, and good thing that knife was not sharp. Oh, I hate that, Colleen. And there's no blood on the table. That's what they told me, Bridget, that I probably hit some nerves. Jiggy, or they were trying to kill me. I'm telling you, I think this ghost, this stupid girl that I have hanging out outside is possessed. I really do. I think it's possessed. I won't even go out at night because I always think she's looking at me. Don't think I'm crazy. Shit, Brad trying to warn me. Brad probably grabbed that knife and made sure I put it through my hand. Probably laughing his ass off. I No, it's not gonna get infected. I think I am getting rid of her. Because here's what happened. This is why I think she's haunted. Colleen, but this is why I think she's haunted. No joke. I put her outside for Halloween like last week, and I went to leave the house and I heard something. So I was like, all right, whatever. And I turn around and I swear to God, out of the corner of my eye, it looked like the light blew out. I was like, how can a light blow out if it's not even on? The lights weren't on. So how does the light blow out when it's not even on? Yeah. Yeah, coffee. So I'm like, what the hell? And ever since then, I feel like she changes her hands, but she doesn't. I feel like she looks at me and she doesn't. I've been watching her closely. Her hand movements, how far apart they are. Telling you, I think she's possessed. And then I stabbed my fucking hand today. I I really do. I think it's possessed. I'll throw some salt on her. I'll put garlic around her neck. But then again, garlic only works for vampires, right? Who's possessed this Halloween thing that I hang outside? I think she's possessed. So, all right, let's get into tonight. I just want to let you guys know my hand. I'm in pain. Creepy. I'm telling you, it's weird. Yeah, Halloween decorations. You want it, Crystal? I'll send it to you. Oh, you never saw it? Hold on. Crystal, I sent it to you and I put it in Discord, right? Hang on. Yeah, I'll show you. I have it in Discord. I think I sent it to Crystal privately first time though. There it is. She's possessed. I was convinced for the longest time that her hands were the other way. See, like, what's these marks? I just realized that. What are these? Like, all bullshit aside, what are these white marks? I just noticed that now. It's like here she's looking down, but if I go outside and take a picture, she's looking differently. But what are these white marks? For real? I'm not joking. Yeah, I could see it, Ava. I see you created another account. That goes all the way through the pic. I know. I don't remember if I was in the car or standing outside the car. But I'm telling you, I'll take a picture tomorrow. Her face is different. I swear to God, I think she's possessed. Think she caused it. It's like one time I was convinced that her hands were the other way and that this wasn't over her arm, but it was. She does look like Betty. But her eyes changed, I'm telling you. I always think she's looking at me. But I want to know what these white things are. They could be ghosts. They can literally be ghosts. Streaks of orbs. Like, no joke. I never noticed that before. I've had her for like 2 years. I'm telling you, this light like blew out of the corner of my eye. I saw a light blow. And I was like, how could that light go out? Put her outside the kids' window. Oh no, Candy. Ouch. She does look haunted, but these two white streaks are freaking me the fuck out. I never noticed them before. Telling you, stare at her long enough, she's gonna change. Yeah, but now I'm afraid if I get rid of her, she's gonna come back. I say hi to her every day. I walk outside, I'm like, what's up, creepy ghost? She's 6'2". Oh, is that what it could be, vaping? Maybe you're right. She's creepy, looks like Carolyn from Poltergeist. Well, she passed away, so you might. Take her to Goodwill? I don't know, maybe she'll end up back at my house. I don't know, but that's a creepy girl that is in front of my house. Yeah, there is one on a dress here. So you could see through. I'm telling you guys, she's real. Totally vape smoke, but definitely looks like spirit. It does look like spirit trails. See, look, her eyes changed already. Black got around her nose. Next candle is you can send her to me. You don't appreciate. You can have her. I have another one somewhere in the garage. Looks like a reflection. I'm not even sure I was in the car, though. Honestly, I really don't know if I was in the car. I have pumpkins outside, you have a demon child. I have 3 of them. Yeah, but that's a weird kind of reflection. There's 3 of them. There's one this way, there's one this way, and then there's one this way. You need to bedazzle her with glitter and glass. Maybe. But the black on her nose is getting darker. I kid you not. You see that? It's getting darker. And the more you stare at her, she gets prettier. You see what I mean? Spiritback said, seriously though, the black on her nose keeps getting bigger. I'm telling you, she's creepy. So I think she made my hand get stabbed. I really do. I think she did it. See, now she's starting to smile now that I said that. Let's compare it. And what if the pig's different? Like, honestly, what if the pig turns out to be different? I'll shit. That's what I'm saying. But I was like, I'm not even going outside at night. This chick fucking freaks me out. Do you see how the black has gotten bigger? The black on her nose has literally gotten bigger since she's been up here. I'm telling you, Joe, I really won't go outside at night. I'm like, Dayton, take out the garbage. So that's my creepy spirit girl who probably stabbed my damn hand. It's all right. Let's get into tonight. You guys wanted to see that. All right. So let's begin. Since, as you guys know, I was on Ziggy's panel. I don't think I've ever even been on Ziggy's panel. It was like a first. But Ziggy was discussing Cam. If you guys don't know, Cam was arrested. Allie was arrested for, we don't really know. I honestly, we don't totally know why they were arrested. Child abuse, child neglect, drugs, whatever the situation, don't know. So we all were, looking up the statute, looking up the theories. What exactly is their charge? Like, what exactly did they do? So it is a class 6 felony, which means it's basically just a little more than a misdemeanor. Now, after Ziggy's live ended, because I guess she's working or something, so she ended it. Well, good for Ziggy. She got a job. I agree, Crystal. So Allie had made a couple of posts. Then someone sent me Allie's latest post. Now, let me just point out something. On May 30th of 2022, and again, I did it recently, I called Cam and Allie out and got railed by the community for it. How dare you call them out and blah, blah, blah. Now, again, like I said on Ziggy's panel, this was just a few weeks after Brad died. So my headspace was like, I definitely don't want to see creators that are high all the time. And I knew it wasn't pot. I knew that they were doing some hardcore drugs. Like, I'm a fucking addict. I know a drug addict when I see one. And that's what people seem to forget. I'm not calling people out because I'm trying to embarrass them. I'm not calling people out because I think they're bad people. If I call them out, it's because they're triggering other addicts, and that's not fair. People don't come on YouTube to be triggered by a creator getting high. And it's just like, someone getting triggered by drinking. Someone an addict can get triggered by food, like mukbang. When I was bulimic, do you know what watching mukbang would have done to me? Oh my god. It would have put me in a tailspin. I would have watched them eat, wanted to eat what they're eating, and then barfed it up. You don't understand what a trigger is unless you're triggered, unless you fully understand addiction as a whole, not just drugs, not just this, not when you understand addiction as a whole, you realize that the stupidest little thing could trigger you or could trigger somebody else. A lot of things don't trigger me, but that doesn't mean that they don't trigger someone else. So this person that sent it to me originally was very triggered by what Cam and Allie were doing and wanted their voice heard. But as a sub, it's different when you're a sub. So I was that voice. When I saw it, I was like, oh my God. They were taking turns snorting under a video title contained Summer's name. Correct. I think they were snorting. I mean, they could have been smoking for all I know. But they definitely had a straw in hand. So, and again, I didn't shame them because I thought they were bad people or being an addict. But again, it's very triggering. And again, people don't come on YouTube to be triggered by watching someone high as a kite. I agree, Jiggy. But I also think they were speeders. I don't think that they were just on opiates. I mean, I'm pretty positive they were on speed of some sort. You know what though, Patty? I agree with you. It's obvious, but it was obvious 2 years ago. It was obvious over a year ago. And nobody listened. When I tell you, I've probably lost Carolyn, you remember, I probably lost 200 subs that day. I was like, "Oh my god. Why am I losing so many subs?" And it was endless. You're an asshole. I can't believe you're doing this. Voices fucking turned on me because of that. She literally turned on me because of that. And she'll tell people, yeah, I turned on Laura because I did not like her. I didn't like her calling out Cam and Allie, and I don't agree with her. Tiffany didn't agree with me. I think the only person that agreed with me was AB. But I said something ain't right. These guys are getting high. Subs are paying for them to get high. Subs are, it's disgusting. Like, it's just not right. Not Adderall. I was like, this is just not right. So they definitely weren't doing Adderall. Yeah, Tiffany called him out about a year later. She called him out earlier this year, I believe. But then again, Tiffany has also never been an addict. So Tiffany doesn't really understand addiction the way an addict would. So that's why when she was like, I don't know if I agree with you, I'm like, I'm telling you, Tiff, I promise you, they're fucking getting high. No, Adderall doesn't do that to you unless I mean, I've seen it do that to some people. I wish it did that happen to me. I mean, I wish I got that way from Adderall, but I don't, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because I would love to fucking get that high. But that's why it's triggering. Yeah, I saw it. I mean, I didn't watch them, but every once in a while I'd pop in and I'd see it. So I heard a lot of people said something to them in emails. Yeah, but they denied it. And that's what I was saying on Ziggy's panel. People can deny, like, you're not ready to get help if you're not ready to admit it. You have to be able to admit it before you can get help. And they could not be ready. It could take them another 6 years to get clean. That's their choice. You know what I mean? That is totally their choice. Sad but true. And if they've never tried to get clean before, then I absolutely do not hold it against them if they're not ready. I lost 175 subs, and 3 or 4 of our own community argued with us in Discord. That is correct. You're right. I listened to that live of theirs over and over. They were using period. 100%. 100%. I just learned recently that Allie was Cam's addiction nurse in rehab. Interesting. YouTube funded their addiction 100%. 100%. And I'm not surprised either that she hooked up with this guy that she met in rehab. I hooked up with a guy I met in rehab. She hooked up with this guy that she met in rehab. He was going to get sober, but instead of her bringing him up, he brought her down. It's an age-old story. If you can't beat him, join him. You know, on a personal note, I never in my life would have ever thought, all my years of using cocaine, that I would ever use a needle. Well, when you see someone shooting up all the time, you're like, I want to try that. Let me see what that's like. And that's all it takes. Thank God I didn't like it, but definitely brought me down to his level. Instead of me saying, no, put away the needles, I was like, yeah, let me try it. I want to see what it's like to get, to shoot cocaine. I mean, you look like you're fucking whacked out of your mind. Let's give it a shot. I hated it though. I was like, I couldn't wait to come down. So it's normal for a guy to drag a girl down. A lot of times a girl can drag a guy down. Whoever's drug addiction is worse will drag the other person down. That's a fact. So I think that's actually what happened. Sad but true. There are another ones. The jerks came after me hard for that. How could you do that to them? That's fucked up. You don't know what you're talking about. Look, bitch, I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And I was right. There's a lot of things I'm right about that I don't get credit for. What was the trigger? Not only being a recovering addict, was the active addiction on a live stream of Summer, whose life was lost over addiction, no matter who did whatever. Her parents are addicts, 100%. I know, Bonnie. And that'll kill you. Hey, Amanda. So let me pull up. Creepy girl. Hold on. Okay. So Allie posted, which kind of clears some stuff up. But Allie actually posted her paperwork. And it says, Commonwealth of Virginia, in the Juvenile and something Relations District Court of Camden and Allison, the undersigned party hereby moves the court to grant permente something relief for stated below. Parents on drugs, children raising themselves Uh, house is not fit to live in, being evicted. Temporary custody of the above referenced child or children. Signed August 7th of 2023. Notice to the party to be served to CPS Social Services. Camden and Allison, take notice that on the 7th day of August or as soon thereafter as the matter may be heard, the undersigned will move this court for temporary relief as set forth in the foregoing motion. Okay. Allie writes, or Cam writes, I don't know who's who. These are the lies from my mother, which has ruined my life since I was a child and now continues to attack. Also would like to add, she has not been to my house in 6 months. When she did this, I have done many live streams with no green screen where my home could be seen in the background. And again, let me remind you, she lost her job the day before doing this, and all she cares about is money. We will prove our innocence, that I promise. Okay, here's the fallacy of all of this. One, you were just fucking arrested. Your mom could not get you arrested unless they had legal grounds to arrest you. That's first. Second of all, CPS would not be involved with your family, would not be involved with you based on YouTube. Okay? CPS could be called on me every single day. But guess what? If they don't find anything and there's no reason to take your kids or have temporary placement or whatever, then there's no reason to. So your mother could be the biggest cunt in the whole wide world, Cam. But the fact that CPS is involved and they have to be able to prove that parents are on drugs. I can go to a court right now and say, Crystal Langford is on drugs, she's doing heroin, and I want placement of her kids. Don't you think they're going to drug test her first? Of course they are. They're going to say, whoa, we got a phone call, Crystal, that you are on heroin, and we, have reason to believe that the person knows you well enough that we need for you to come to a drug test. Okay, Crystal goes for a drug test. Crystal comes back, not a trace of heroin in her body. Sorry, Crystal. Not a trace of heroin in her body. Okay. Well, guess what? They're not going to take her kids. They're not going to turn around and say, well, we'll give temporary custody to your mom. Now, on the flip side, is CPS fucked up? Yes. Can CPS take children unwanted? Yes. Can you fall into the loophole of CPS completely fucking up your life? Yes, you can. But because this says drugs, there has to be a reason. There has to be a reason. They are not going to, you can scream it from the rooftop, but the proof is in the pudding. And you were just arrested. Both of you were just arrested. So Cam, as the first person that called you out, I'm going to tell you this. Yes, that's why I said CPS can take kids unwarranted. I'm going to tell you this. If you want a panel that's going to be fair and honest, you're more than willing to take a link. The one thing you may know about me, Cam, or anybody for that matter, which is why I jumped on Ziggy's panel, my heart hurts for addicts. There was a girl who now passed, unfortunately, who is in the trauma community, true crime. She's an ex-Patreon. She hated me. Like, she really did. So many times she fucking hated me. She made videos about me. Soon as I heard she was getting clean, I dropped her 20 bucks. I said, if you ever need to talk, if you need anything. I heard the Glera, who I can't stand, was stopping drinking. I reached out to him. I said, if you ever need someone to talk to, that's the recovering addict in me. I will absolutely help anybody that wants to get sober. Anybody. You could be my worst fucking enemy. But if you're trying to get sober, I will always be here to talk. I will always be here to lend a hand. Behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, doesn't matter. That's just me. So, Cam, what I would say to you is start humbling yourself. Be honest with yourself. Even if you're innocent, it doesn't matter. You still need help. So your mother could be the biggest cunt in the world. CPS could be the biggest assholes in the world. But you need to get clean. You both got arrested. There's a reason you both got arrested. And exactly, helping another addict takes over everything. So, and the one thing I said on Ziggy's panel, which I mean wholeheartedly, I don't think Cam and Allie realize that people talking about it are not about, oh, Christy, you know who I mean. Yep. The thing about Cam and Allie is it's not like Ski Mask or Michelle Zabadi or even Bomb. You know, people go after Michelle Zabadi. She's whacked. People go after Ski Mask. Yeah, he's a drug addict. He's a loser. He's this. They don't look at Cam and Allie like that. They look at Cam and Allie as someone they want to support, someone that they care about, and two people that they want to see get clean. And the fact that they have such a huge support system behind them, you know, only they can do it together. If they're both getting high, then they both have to get sober. It won't work if one does and the other one doesn't. And I just want them to know that they have a huge, huge support system behind them. They have plenty of people that want to help them. They have plenty of people that want to stand behind them. But they got to be honest. They got to be honest with themselves. They got to be honest with their audience. They have to be honest just all around. They're never going to get anywhere by blaming the mom, blaming this one. It's such addict behavior. Again, even if your mom is the biggest fucking cunt in the world, it doesn't matter. Your mom didn't get arrested. You did. And you have to own it. And you have to stop making excuses for it. And that's all I keep seeing out of them is excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. When they stop making excuses, they might get somewhere. So that's my feeling on that. I could have sworn they told me they lived in Tennessee, though. I had no idea that they didn't. I could swear they told me they lived down the hill from Don and Candace. And I remember the big stink. Adrian, feel free to drop your own link, by the way. And the mod should have it in rotation too. I mean, you are a mod, but YouTube should be last on their list. They definitely got to pull it together. Well, considering they have no money, YouTube probably isn't last on their list. But to get evicted with kids, there's no excuse for it. There's just not. You do what you have to do and you get a fucking job. No excuse. I'm sorry, but when you have children, especially young children, there is absolutely no reason for you to get evicted. You have to keep a roof over your kids' heads. So, I mean, I don't know how old their kids are, though. I really have no idea. Whoops, sorry. I thought they were between like 6 and 12. Because I didn't think they were teenagers, but I knew they weren't babies. I got sound back. Relax. I hit mute so you guys didn't hear my vape. Just for that, I'm going to mute you guys again. There you go. All right. So that's one thing from Cam and Alley. All right. Their last live was 10 days ago. Den of Vipers. Then 2 weeks ago was Troll Roast. Hold on. Okay. I'm not trying to trigger anyone, but come on. If you can't see that this man is whacked out of his fucking mind, then there's no hope for you. Hold on. Like, what the fuck is going on with his eye? I mean, dude, you're whacked out of your skull. Oh, look at his eyes. It's so blatantly obvious. That's an eye twitch. Whacked out of his mind. That was 2 weeks ago. And people absolutely ignore it in the comments. And that's not helping. Yes, Laura. And that's not helping. That people support it. All right, this one he's off camera. But the thing is, like, he needs to see it. Like, why are you wearing a fucking hat like that? In my opinion, what happened to him? He wasn't a bad looking guy.
And we'll look into that. And y'all keep an eye out for the trolls if they come in, because if they come in, I'm giving them opportunity to come up on the hot seat and let us, you know, look at them and go after anything and everything that doesn't look perfect in our eyes on them. Nobody will do it. None of them have the. You saw my title. Nobody has the BALLS to come up here and sit and let people analyze everything they do. It's crazy. Let me pull this up now.
Sadly, people don't want to see it. Exactly. It's the hottest months of summer. I agree. And I'm only a couple of states away from him. Now let's go back to hold on.
He said, no, we're good on our side. All right, cool. There he is. We'll try this one more time. Hopefully this works.
Oh no.
It's already started. How did we fix all this last time?
I don't know.
There's something.
Something
I think-
when you've got a guest in.
Yeah, like this said, it wasn't open.
And even her, how did she go from looking like this to looking like this? Honestly, look at her here as compared to what she used to look like. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
So here's the liar email PDF. Close that out, and I'm going to send it right here so that we can all read it. All right, so pretty much, damn it.
Well, try to take
$500 for what?
It was either 520 or 580, I think.
No,
Yes.
I thought it was like 6.
No. I added it up again.
Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. Wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Didn't we post the
Like even him looking, I don't believe he's only looking. This is why I can't watch him. But yet he's got 5,000 views on this video with 324 thumb ups. So to them, they're not doing anything wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what they're doing.
Now I can be. Let me share my screen real quick. And not getting the whole story straight.
right?
And I also talk to this is not to be can't find that's clipped out. It's so weird. The part, well, I'm sorry, not the part you can't find, the part that's clipped out is he says we went through all sorts of digital data, GPS data, cell phone data.
Thing that we discussed, maybe it was another family that had lawyered up.
Exactly. Because
and voicemail when I first get.
Like my point is, Cam, own it. Get fucking sober. Own it. And to the subs that support him, stop supporting drug addicts. Stop making it easy for them. All right, so let me go where I was going in the first place. Hold on. Okay, this is what I was looking for. When I was in my addiction days, I couldn't see what saw looking back on foot. Oh, I agree with that too, Christy. We are writing this post to let you guys know what we have been going through that I've been telling you about my mother. Went and lied and said that we were on drugs, just like people had done before when calling CPS. And went and filed emergency custody order saying that we were on drugs and were going through an eviction, and they granted her custody until a later date. That was back in August. I got the eviction dismissed in court, and after her finding out that it was dismissed, I then was arrested for this, saying that I had done drugs in the house where the kids were. Okay. One, you absolutely do not get arrested because someone said so. They interview you. They have to have proof. If the cops were allowed to arrest someone just because someone said so, that would be one fucked up justice system. Not that it's not fucked up as it is, but that would be absolutely the furthest thing from the truth. So how they're running with this, I have no idea. Like, if they said that, the mom called in and said that so-and-so decided to not, so-and-so decided not to, take care of her kids, but it wasn't the drug excuse. It wasn't, something that could be proven, or teachers or something. So the fact that they're trying to sell this bullshit, well, Cam and Allie, let's get real. This is a lie. So you're already lying to your audience. If you have followed us and know anything about us, yes, I know you're on drugs. You know that we are not those kind of people, and I will get this thrown out of court and my children back. I promise you that. Okay, again, you are in a delusional state of mind, because no matter how many people have followed you, being a drug addict doesn't make you a bad person. Some of the smartest motherfuckers I've ever met in my entire life are drug addicts, or were drug addicts, or recovering drug addicts. Drug addicts are smart. Drug addicts are all different classes. You can be a rich drug addict. You can be a poor drug addict. You could be a street drug addict. You could be an extremely wealthy addict. My dad had friends that were very wealthy, owned businesses. Granted, it was the 80s, but they used to snort cocaine. First time I ever found cocaine was under my parents' bed. My dad owned a multi-million-dollar business. So right here, he's in that shame mode that, oh, addicts are, that type of person. Nope. I'm damn proud to be an addict. So addicts are not stupid people. Addicts doesn't make you a bad person, or a, bad type of person. I said that too on Ziggy's panel, Jax. Hey, Booberry. I'm sorry, but after seeing his rap sheet with all those charges over the years, he does have some problems. I believe he blames his mom because she tells the truth about him. He hates her. Yeah, see, I don't know anything about that. Exactly, Christy. I once said to my mom, I was like, Mom, does Lloyd really do cocaine? She says, every day. I said, no shit. I was like, because he always seems like he's high on something. He's always running to the bathroom. The guy owned a multi-billion-dollar business. He was like top dog. And he did cocaine every day, snorted cocaine every day. All right. My mom is trying to do this to get money from the state. Okay. Unless your mom is super, super, super poor, which she might be, I can promise you the state is not paying her that much money. The state is not going to pay for her food stamps. The state is going to pay for the kids' food stamps, which isn't going to be much. So your mom is not living off your 2 kids. Just saying. She lost her job the day before taking my children. Okay, but she could have got another job. If she had one job, then she could have got another job. If you've heard my testimony and know anything about my mother, she's an evil person and will do anything for money. And that very well might be true. 100% could be true. But Cam, this still falls on you. She has hurt me my entire life, and now she's trying to do it by taking my children. She has no regard for her own children, and we are fighting her in court for this. Cam, your mother didn't tell you to do drugs. And Cam, I'm going to tell you the best advice my father ever gave me. I was 28 years old, forced to go into rehab for bulimia. And I blamed my mother. I sounded a lot like Cam. And my father sat me in his office. He said, Laura, I'm going to give you the greatest advice. And I've told this before. Going to give you the greatest advice that anyone's ever going to give you. But you're not going to understand it until you're a parent. Okay. He said, all parents fuck up their kids in one which way, shape, or form. And I said, okay. He said, we all do it. And you're going to fuck up as a parent when you're a parent. What you hope for is that your kid is smart enough and that you raised your kid well enough that they're going to follow the right path. They're going to end up going on the right path. But you're 28 years old. It's time for you to stop blaming your mom and start taking responsibility for your actions, because your mom doesn't stick a toothbrush down your throat. You do that. Your mom doesn't put a straw up your nose. You do that. And you know what? He was 100% right. He was 100% right. And I didn't understand it until I had children of my own. And I haven't always made the best decisions, but I do the best that I can. And I'm sure I fucked up my kid in some which way, shape, or form. Sage has daddy issues. I fucked up. I had twins with a really big asshole. It is what it is, though. And he's an adult. He's a parent of his own. You know what, bitch? Start taking responsibility for your own actions. Your mom could be the biggest piece of shit in the world, but it's time for you to own that you're an adult and stop blaming your mom. Take responsibility. Show the courts that you are not on drugs. Show the courts that you're not going to get arrested. Show the courts that you have a stable place to live. And then there's nothing the courts can do, Cam. Nothing at all. But all I see is blame mom, mom, mom. End of story. We have failed no drug screens for CPS. I don't believe that. And they are pulling at straws to try to make this stick. I absolutely do not believe that you both passed drug tests. Sorry, not buying it. We are going through one of the hardest battles and tribulations of our life. I never thought my mother would do this to me or my children, because my children are happy and loved. Just because someone is charged with something doesn't mean that they are convicted of it. And that is true. Oh, I agree with Mama Bear. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't look at that. I'll get to that when I'm done with this. Just me. just because someone is charged, someone convicted, and I'm asking y'all to please stand behind us as we go through this. And you will see that there is no fact in our allegations against us. Me and my wife are good people, and we are good parents, and always have been, and would never hurt our children. And even if a parent was on drugs, it does not mean that they are a bad parent. Okay. One, please go back to school for grammar, because when people do run-on sentences like this, it's really hard to read. At no point would someone who wasn't on drugs ever say that even if a parent was on drugs, it does not mean they're a bad parent. You would never hear that from a non-drug user. A non-drug user would never say anything like that, ever. And I know this because my brother would never touch a drug in his life. He would never say something like that. So that shows me right there that he's lying and he's full of shit. And that, yes, you're full of shit. And nobody said drug addicts are bad people. But again, like I said, this is not true, and I will have this proven in court and dismissed. No, you won't. They place the children with my mother, who's been charged and convicted of distribution of drugs, amongst other things. And I will continue to fight. We are having CPS investigated, as they advised my mom to pretty much kidnap my children when she had no custody at all over them. These are all lies. The key right here is right here. These are all lies. You are correct, Cam. Everything you're saying is all lies. So this is a true statement about what he's writing. These are all lies. You're 100%. I swear to God in heaven, my heavenly Father, who I pray to every time we're on a live stream, and I place my whole heart and trust and truth in him, as he knows the truth about my wife and I. God bless, and I hope you will wait to see the outcome. We love you all, Cam and Allie. Okay. Before I decide to open up the comments, let me say this. Even if you believe in God, with the exception of Plunder and with the exception of Tyler Feller, and I know some of you guys don't like Tyler, but I've met Tyler personally. I've seen his church. I've seen the way he works. Tyler is the real deal, whether you like him or not. Tyler is the real deal. Like I said, I have seen him in action. And I've seen his friends. I've met his friends. I've met his church people. And Plunder. Unless it's the two of them, please do not buy anybody that preaches God all the time, because every single person that I have seen in this true crime genre that preaches God, blah, 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 is either a drug addict, a hypocrite, or a blatant fucking liar. So, yeah. So the fact that they always use God this, God that, no, God is not getting you sober. Just saying. God is not going to get you sober. I'm sorry. If you believe in God, then God will get you sober. But what God doesn't like is lying. So just remember that. Prison religion, exactly. Actually doing drugs does make you a bad parent. I say this as a former addict that should have had CPS involved. I've been clean and sober 14 years. I, like you, was in denial about my addiction. Please get help for your children's sake. I agree with that, though. We do recover. Word of advice: if Cam's mom has your children and the court says she's a fake caregiver, the last thing you want to do is talk bad about her in public. Good point. Okay, DW, take no responsibility for your life. Thank you, JoJo. If you haven't hit rock bottom yet, you may never. They took your kids for admitting to have done drugs in the house in the past. From a recovering addict, come on, bro. I'm not hating on you or your family, Cam. I hope you can get the help you need and get right on track. Exactly, Sunny D. They won't take your kids unless you fail a drug test. They didn't take the kids. Wow. Some of you, come on, Kate. Are you really this naive? They did take the kids. So Kate, Four Big Little Voices, falls into their support and doesn't understand. Never seen it. You mean you've never seen active addiction make good choices? Can't condemn some that I'm guilty of doing myself once upon a time in my life. I'm just going to tell you, I'll be praying for you. Be thankful your mom has the children, says state. I agree with that, Jane. Regardless of whatever, I'll continue to pray. Won't catch me reading book full of lies and excuses. People wake the fuck up. Cam and Allie seek help. Thank you, Tammy. Sending prayers. I don't have all the facts. First step is admitting you got a problem. That is true. Not to judge or bash anyone. Your post makes it clear that you will not take responsibility and you're not ready to change. 100% agree. Sending prayers. Y'all really need to go to rehab for yourself, for your kids. All right. So the good news is a lot of their people do have a brain. I believe you both love your kids. First, they took your jobs. Now you're kids. Nobody would ever get arrested for saying that they did drugs around the kids. That is true. Here's a twist. CPS would never take the kids away unless there is proof that you did what you're accused of. 100%. We all need help sometimes. Try to convince people. So far, the only person I see on their side is Kate, who's also a Queen Bee supporter. So there's that. Done your fair share of attacking others, including attacking the SDA church relentlessly. Christians don't behave, you do. Cam, you are being humbled. I hope you learned your lesson. Many blessings. Prayers to you. So CPS, yeah, same thing we've been saying. So CPS took your kids based on what your mom told them, and law enforcement arrested you both for felony child abuse, simply what your mom said. So there's no investigations. Ellie just took your mom's word. Cam and Allie, please accept responsibility for your actions. And if you do want your kids back and have a good life, make the choice to admit and accept that you're both addicts. First step. Well said. I've witnessed you spiral. Please go to rehab. I really like both. I hope you aren't on drugs, but if you are, then sorry. You cannot be a good parent. See, I have to disagree with that. And the reason I say that is Brad. Brad was an excellent dad, high as fuck on meth, but he was still a great dad to Dayton. And I know that sounds crazy and a lot of people don't understand, but he really was a good dad to him. Hope you can live and sit things straight. Oh man, my fucking hand hurts. All of a sudden it started hurting. I love and believe you both. And very good loving parents. I've always appreciated you praying for us, Cam, who we love. Yeah, it's a fake thing. Marie, I met him in person. I met his whole parish. Dayton got baptized by him a couple months ago. Like, I know he's real. Why doesn't Allie's family? Yeah, that's true too. Why doesn't Allie's parents have the kids? I mean, this is my mouth open in disbelief. I agree with that too. Whatever it is you're going through. Remember, on YouTube much. Sorry, we're going through stuff. You scammed off a missing child for 2 years. How about this? Be honest and give everyone you scammed the truth, the real truth, not the poor me speech. I am for the children. Thank you. I'm going to highlight this. Thank you, Beth the Bean. I'm going to place it here. Then I'm going to highlight it. Beth the Bean, excellent comment. No, the negativity. I'm so sorry about all I can do is pray. There's Kate again. First thing you need to do is stop lying. I stand with you because I do believe you two are good people. If it's true that you've been using, Cam, I've wondered about using. It's made me worry for all of you. Cam, it doesn't suit you to be using. Please get help. I don't know to know the details. I'm behind you both 100%. I know how you guys love the Lord, love each other, love the community. No, they love drugs, Kate. If people like you stop fucking catering to them, they may have gotten help a long time ago. I stand with you because I do believe you're good people. CPS does not come into a home, remove children without proof. What about civil case from the trailer park the day after? The manufacturing charges from a few years ago won't help your case. Why not use some of the money you've scammed to pay your court fines from 2017? I don't know what that's about, but it doesn't sound good. You are sounding much like the Wells. Tell the truth. What the hell is wrong with you? I went through the same thing with my oldest daughter. How to get her kids because she was on dope, and she said the exact same thing you're saying about your mom, doing it for the money. They don't pay you that much. It's always someone else's fault. Time to grow up. I agree. To Don Wells write this, we do recover. Doesn't matter what happened. You know how people lie. I've always felt that in my heart. So out of like 200 comments, maybe there's like 5 of them in support of them staying the way they are. Why can't people bash them? I believe what you're saying. You sided with the Wells. Now you become the Wells. Oh. Stop using God. This has nothing to do with God. That's the problem. People throw God in there and all of a sudden they're good people. No, just because you believe in God doesn't mean that it makes you a good person. I wish people would fucking realize that. Yeah, I never heard that before. We do recover. Fuck yeah, we do. And we're bigger and better than ever. So yeah, they haven't hearted. They haven't even looked at it. But did they get evicted?
While the YouTube streets are fighting, this is going on. It's sickening.
Use child rescue out of underground tunnels across the globe. Tortured, malnourished children and corpses in the tens of thousands have been found in a sophisticated network of deep underground military bases, dumps, that ran beneath the US, Canada.
News about the Idaho 4 case. First off, let's put the most important thing, the names of the victims, out there before we get started.
There are 4 very, very important names in this case. Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. And if you're going to remember any names from this case, I ask that it be all 4.
Let's make sure that those 4 names don't get forgotten. Moving on, let's jump right into it. Kaylee's father states that there's evidence to show that she awakened and tried to get out of the situation.
He came in with a kit. I believe he had a kill kit.
So I just had to make this clear because I find it quite hilarious. A rumor was going around that me and Allie were living in a van down by the river. I found the source of the rumor, and this is going to blow your mind. It's hilarious. Pay attention to everything that's being said, and you'll see why it's so funny and exactly word for word it's what the rumor is and where it came from.
You're going to be doing a lot of doobie rolling when you're...
What's going on, guys? First off, sorry about the hiatus. Me and Allie have been going through some crazy stuff, but, you know, we're coming out the other side of it. But I want to talk about a few things that I've been following. The Maui fires. First off, the Chief of Police of Maui was the incident. If you haven't heard, so what I'm about to show you. Not to mention all the pedophiles that have been busted since Summer went missing.
I'm hot. Be careful. Home in Hawkins County, 24.
Annika Miller, 5.
All right, so.
All right, call me crazy, but if I lost my kids, YouTube would be the last motherfucking thing I'm thinking of, and crime cases would be the last fucking thing I'm thinking of. My only focus would be turning CPS upside down. My focus would be pulling apart CPS, talking about my case. If I was innocent, that I would be screaming from the rooftops about my mother, my case, you know, that CPS screwed me, that I'll show you what I mean. Hold on.
Of his things. Okay, you're fine. I just wanted to check and see. Anna and Ella just got back to the house. Medical professionals that
Sorry.
children and
It's too low. It's impossible to hear.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay.
See you in court.
All right, see you in court. All right, so we're gonna go to court based
So
on.
right here, this that you refused to sign.
No, I didn't refuse to sign. I'll be in court.
Okay, but tonight at least, on the 25th, because I'm leaving. I'm gonna give you a copy of yours, so you could bring it to court when you fill out the 5A and you have a public defender, or if you have your own attorney before. Well, being on your
Then
video camera.
comfortably take yourselves out of my house.
So we're gonna need the other. On video.
No, there's no. I am too. It's my right.
Other paperwork, Tyler.
What
I will go
paperwork?
to court. The
That's
one
not
that
a
was
problem.
served to you. But I don't understand.
What? Okay.
signing.
Okay. Surrender children for no reason.
Okay, well, I got my copy. See you in
These are the
court.
officers that are
That's it.
escorting. They're being very calm and polite.
I mean, I don't get in trouble when I'm honest. I gotta go to court.
No, you don't have every right to not sign.
Guys, they're ready. Say hi. We're on. I'm gonna have this on recording. We're being told. We're being taken away by mommy. For mommy.
Yay, cool.
You can't mark something for me. I didn't. No, I'm not. I'm taking my time. Gabby, is it? Gross. I mean, Gabby. I'm sorry. What's your last name?
Tony, I'm thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, you wonder why you lost your kids? Well, there you go. There's your reason why you lost your kids.
Babe, can you hold? This one here.
Yes. You're refusing,
Then you may
refusing to sign, correct?
refusing to sign that, yes, because you are outrageously claiming a bunch of false accusations over me to take my 4 children and my new baby after getting out of the hospital with my daughter's early birth instead of being concerned about that. This is what you're concerned about doing. So yes.
We're absolutely concerned about
My kid, I want my kid
give me
with
the
me.
camera because you got to be steady with it. Now we're going to calmly, hands over the children. We're well, you don't need soups. Oh, you know, the food that isn't in my home or the cleanliness.
Millie has one.
It's all right. It's okay. You can keep them. Just if you want them.
Well, they were for.
I'll be around to see my children now. Well, we're asking what's our next step.
Your daughter in the hospital, there are appropriate supervisors in the hospital.
Right.
Staff are always there. That's not an issue.
She's asking, may he go? What about me? This is my daughter as well. What about me?
You as well.
I can go up to there and see her
Yes,
as
we can
well.
visit our daughter.
As we need to, as we
Yes.
see fit. Okay.
There's always a supervisor.
This is all being
or
recorded
staff
for
on
our protection, babe.
Well,
Right?
video camera. That's exactly what.
well, we don't appreciate the allegations we're being made at us either. So.
We didn't make the allegations. We follow up. And we
Okay,
have an
you
open
are. Then
investigation.
you have the right to stand here or leave my home.
I need to come.
My-
I have the children.
We're getting them prepared. The light is a light. You will
Okay.
live. It's a light.
It's a video camera, Tyler.
Guys, listen. You be good. You follow the rules.
You guys do good.
You're
Okay,
only
we love
going to Uncle
you.
Rich's.
We love you.
Okay.
We love you very much, guys. Okay. You guys, do you want to come on with the nice? You want? I don't know the nice officer's name, but they're going to be very polite.
Be polite. Listen to what everybody says.
You got everything you need. Mommy will accordingly, with supervision, bring you whatever you need. Okay.
Watch him scratching. Remember now.
Oh, okay. Gotta put the baby down.
He's a kid that's so frightened for me.
Come on.
Walk up and kiss him. He's so afraid of me.
Coda, you can't drag this out any further. Apparently,
Come on,
we're being
Coda.
inappropriate to their time schedule
Finish your
of
soda.
family robbery.
Finish your drink. Uncle Rich has got sodas and stuff there. You'll be okay.
Have a good night.
I just called Bill. As soon as the physical.
Yeah, how do you stop whatever we're doing here now?
Gotta hit the stop button.
Damn, there's no follow-up. I want to know the follow-up. Dang. I don't know. To me, they looked like meth heads. Hate to say it, but they did.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll see you in court.
All right. See you in court. All right. So we're gonna.
All right.
Say please.
New police body cam video shining light on shocking conditions in a child abuse case in Curry County.
We want to warn you, some of this video is graphic. Action 7 News reporter Faith Iwanu has the story.
Say please.
Disturbing lapel video shows the day state police and CYFD paid a visit to this one-story home on Curry County Road in July.
Hello. Hey. We're here again.
The home belongs to 37-year-old Jamie Cushman and 29-year-old Jamie K. Senna, both women now locked behind bars on multiple counts of child abuse.
What can I ask what we're here for? Yes, ma'am.
As CYFD and police went through the home, they found it in deplorable condition.
I don't see anything wrong with my home. Do you?
Police say multiple children were beaten, tortured, starved, and chained to their beds under Senna and Cushman's care.
So we just talked to them. We did interviews and stuff. So the little girl admitted. I just want to get an all good with you. The little girl admitted to them placing them in chains for an alarm to go off. And I guess the mom will put chains on their ankles to keep them in their room.
The children's ages range from 5 to 14 years old.
Based on the report we got, and the kids did confirm everything. And we saw the chain, we saw the locks. The kids told us how it works. The kids were very forthcoming this time.
According to the criminal complaint, CYFD alerted police on suspicions 1 month before both women were arrested.
Well, right now, there's also no running water. There is, it's getting too much to eat. There's the sewer line is backed up, and there's poop in the toilet, in both porta potties.
All 6 children were removed from Senna and Cushman's care shortly after the visit.
She's putting a 48-hour hold on all the kids in the home, all 6 of them. Our kids? All 6 of them, and so that we can complete our investigation.
The case is still under investigation. Faith Iwanu, KOAT, Action 7 News.
Laura Melanson is the 3rd person arrested in this child abuse case. She is charged with 4 counts of intentional child abuse and 1 count of conspiracy to commit child abuse. Details surrounding her arrest are still developing.
Dang. All right. So I just got inside information that I need to share. Hold on. Inside info number 1. Cam was not lying. His mother was arrested for distribution of a Schedule II drug, which is a felony, in 2011 and 2012. So he wasn't lying. Hold on. In 2012, conviction sentencing, that was on 1/12 of 2012. No, the video wasn't them. It was just a CPS video. But here's the thing. We don't know what she was distributing. She could have been selling Percocets. Like, we have no idea. It doesn't say what it was. You know, honestly, she could have sold 2 Percocets to somebody. She did lose her job on the 5th or the 6th. She's an Army vet. All right, on September 30th, she posted both kids. So my grandberries dressed as Cancer Awareness Day at school yesterday. They look so good as Cowgirl and Harry Potter. They're such a blessing. She has temporary custody of the kids. Yeah, she claims that she was a soldier at U.S. Army. Cam's mom. She went to Colorado Christian University from 2018 to 2021. She's showing the kids in August. They went camping. I'm not going to dox his kids. That's why I'm not showing it. They both look just like him. Well, that's interesting. 3 years ago, I guess he wasn't all that bad. Because someone found this. His mom says, sorry, your name was supposed to have been in there. Also, Allison, Alice says, I get it. I'm just Cam's wife to you. And here I thought I was your favorite. Really, look at the next post. I saw it and fixed it. Thank you. Allie says, I'm just kidding. Love you and thank you. And his mom says, you know, you're my favorite. That was 3 years ago. So, obviously, his mom wasn't all that bad then. When he first started YouTube, his mom was watching the kids, dropping them off, picking them up all the time. Oh, really, Amber? So I didn't know that. Okay, in-laws have a nice house. Oh my God, the mom has a video that looks like Don Wells. If they're an active addiction, I'm guessing they will be. Oh, they're definitely in denial. His mother has not spoken on them directly, only to pray for family, etc. I mean, honestly, if you're an addict as a parent, do you not think your kid's going to be an addict? There's a pretty good chance they're going to become an addict. Just saying. So, all right, guys, I was going to stay on longer, but my hand really hurts. So I'm going to cut this now. Then I'm going to take a painkiller and go to bed. I didn't think my hand was going to hurt this much. But they said it will once the drugs wear off. Like once the lidocaine wears off, that it's going to hurt. Oh, yeah, it hurts. Now I can't even move it. But we do know it's not broken, so I just got to tough through it. Right, Fluffer? Fluffer's laying on my lap. He knows his mama's hurt. Right? You know your mommy's hurt? I still have my hospital band on. I just realized it. I fucking stabbed myself, Rhonda. Put a knife right through my hand. Oh, you want to see a picture of it? I'll show you a picture. Hold on. Yeah, my fluffer loves me. Hold on, I'll get pictures. Now, mind you, you guys know I had resin and glitter all over my hands. So that's why what you see on my hands. But all right, let me show you what my finger is supposed to look like. All right. So this is my good hand. Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, you know what? You can't even really tell. Because that's my finger. Oh, hold on. All right, here's one angle. Hold on. All right. So all this was all puffy. Like my hand was totally swollen. And not my hand, my finger, like right here, was totally swollen. And I didn't know why. Okay. So that's one picture. Hold on. Here you can see how fat that piece was. Slice. And all this is all puffed out. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I fucking straight through. Boom. There you go. Slice. It hurt. And all this puffiness. But they did x-ray. They said it's just blood. Yeah, I stabbed my fucking hand. Oh, it's very painful, Bonnie. It hurts. And when I changed the bandage before, this is now all black and blue. Yeah, the doc said I probably did hit some nerves, but I didn't hit any tendons. And they said it's pretty deep, but it's straight. It's just a straight jab. It was a dull knife. Like the knife is a dead knife. It's old. It's all rusty and shit. But yeah, it hurts. And then like, oh, my phone's inside, but yeah. You could see like my hands is not puffy like that. And the fact that it swelled up so bad, I thought like even they thought that I hit a bone. Yeah, I got a tetanus shot. I mean, I'm telling you, when I take a picture of this knife, you guys are gonna be like, oh my God. I mean, it's totally rusty. I did not think it would go through my hand. But now I know. And then it started bleeding again. Then it was bleeding after they cleaned it out. Then it was bleeding after the stitches. Yes, they gave me all sorts of injections. Yeah, they gave me a few different injections and a tetanus shot. So, said it'll take about 2 weeks to heal. How does one stab yourself? Because my house is possessed. No, I was stabbing something. I was stabbing the top of a resin gallon that I couldn't get open. So I was stabbing it, and I don't know what happened, but I ended up stabbing right through my fucking hand. I will, Annie. I'll go tomorrow. I'll take a picture of it. I'm telling you, guys are going to be like, oh my God. I mean, it's rusty. I don't know how I did it. I really don't. But yeah. That's my finger. But my finger went numb. All this was all puffed out. Shit, I make a good serial killer. Are you kidding me? I don't know what I did. Like, I don't know how I missed the top and ended up putting it through my fucking hand. But I was like, but it happened so fast. Like, it didn't even hurt initially. Like, it really didn't. It was more the blood. And then my finger was numb. It was pretty bad. That's why people stab other people, always cut themselves. No, I don't know. I just don't know how I did it. I don't remember moving my hand that close to my other hand. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't remember. So then on the way home, I picked up dinner and I got ice cream. I told Dane, you're not allowed to eat my ice cream. That's my ice cream. I said, when you guys get hurt, I get you ice cream. So now mommy's getting ice cream. So we got ice cream and cones and sprinkles. Yeah, I'm so glad that it wasn't a sharp knife. So glad. Rhonda, I'm telling you, it hurt. I mean, that's why I went to the hospital immediately, because it was all puffy. My my finger was numb, and it's still kind of numb. So we'll see. Hopefully it won't get infected. But I have to go to the doctor in the morning anyway, because he's got to switch my pharmacy. So, all right. I'm getting off, though, because I'm in pain. I don't know if I want to take a painkiller or not, but this fucking hurts. Right, Poopy? But I got to be up early. I will see beautiful people tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Yes, I drove myself to the hospital. I didn't have a choice. But I'm lefty, though. This happened on my right hand. So that made it a little easier because I'm a lefty. Because the girl's like, can you sign? I said, yeah, I'm a lefty. But that's it. So, all right. I'll see you beautiful people later. Have a wonderful night. Peace.